New construction in Kapolei. Let's look at the most affordable model at Kaulu.
This is a new construction, 2-bedroom, 2-bath condo in Kapolei, right here on Oahu, and the most affordable version sold for $610,000. Step up to the larger 2-bedroom in the very same Kaulu community. Same bed count, same bath count, and you're looking at around $715,000. Same tutu on paper and a gap of more than $100,000. So what are you actually paying for? And why is the cheaper one already gone? That's the whole video, and I'm not just going to walk you through the rooms. I'm going to give you the real numbers on this Kaulu community, show you how these prices stack up, and explain the one program detail that quietly explains that $100,000 difference. So you can decide if this is right for you before you ever pick up the phone and call the sales office. So let's talk about where we are. Kaulu by Gentry is a new construction community on the Kapolei side of Oahu. Gentry is building around 390 homes here, energy efficient, with the kind of clean, practical layouts they're known for. And here's the part that makes this place different from most new construction you'll tour. 88 of those homes are set aside as what's called reserved housing. That's a state program run through the Hawaii Community Development Authority that prices a portion of the homes, so they're affordable to households earning up to 140% of Oahu's median income. In plain English, the state helps make a set number of these homes reachable for local buyers who don't already own a place. And the way you get one isn't first come, first served. It's a lottery. You apply, you qualify, and your name goes in the draw. Now, the model in this video is the most affordable one they offer. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, right around 877 square feet, and it lives on the second floor, with a 1-car garage tucked underneath on the ground level. The living space and the kitchen open into one connected area, so it feels bigger than the square footage sounds on paper. The kitchen has a full-size dishwasher, a good run of cabinets, and extra storage built into the island, which you don't always get at this size. The primary bedroom fits a queen comfortably, and honestly, the walk-in closet surprised me. For a home this size, I expected a small reach-in closet, and instead it's a genuinely generous walk-in. One of the bathrooms has a step-in shower, the other has a soaking tub, both have single sink vanities, and there's attic access up top for the seasonal things you don't want underfoot. The outdoor space sits on the second level since this is an upper unit. It is not a huge home, but it's smartly laid out and nothing about it feels cheap. Now here's the first thing you need to know, and it's the reason to reach out sooner rather than later. This most affordable model is currently sold out. The reserved homes went through that lottery and the smaller floor plans have already traded. That does not automatically mean you're out of luck. There's a backup list, situations change, and there are larger layouts in the same community that show up on the market. So if a new Kaulu home in Kapolei is even on your radar, message me or give me a call and I'll help you figure out whether you'd qualify for the reserved program and what's actually available right now. Getting that answer costs you nothing, and it's a whole lot better than assuming the door is already closed. Okay, back to that $100,000 question, because this is where it gets interesting. The most affordable model, the one in this video, sold around $610,000 at about 877 square feet. The larger 2-bedroom in the same community runs closer to $715,000 at about 1,020 square feet. Same 2-bed, 2-bath on paper. So your first instinct is, why is one over $100,000 more? And when you actually do the math, the answer is kind of reassuring. The smaller model works out to roughly $695 a square foot. The larger one works out to roughly $700 a square foot. That is basically the same number. You're not paying a premium for the bigger home. You're just buying more space at the same rate. Now, I don't want to lean too hard on price per square foot because in Hawaii, the land underneath is what really drives value. And a number like that can be misleading all on its own. But in this specific case, where it's the same builder, the same community, the same layout, just a bigger footprint, is a clean way to see that the jump in price is mostly a jump in size, not a jump in quality. So how do these prices sit against the rest of the market? This is where the numbers get fun, and this is the part I think a lot of buyers skip. If you pull the condo and townhome data for the Kaulu neighborhood, the median sale price over the last year is about $747,000, and it's up about 9% year over year. Compare that to Kapolei condos and townhomes as a whole, where the median is about $528,000, And it's actually down about 11% year over year. And island-wide, across the entire Oahu market, condos and townhomes sit around 550,000, up about 7%. So sit with that for a second. The broader Kapolei condo market softened over the past year, but this new Kaulu community held up and even climbed. New construction in a community people want to be in held its value while older condo inventory around it pulled back. That is the kind of thing that never shows up in a pretty walkthrough, but it tells you a lot about demand. And there's a practical side to buying new here too. With new construction, everything is under warranty, nothing's been lived in, and the systems are current and energy efficient, which on Oahu, with what we pay for electricity, actually shows up on your monthly bill. You're not inheriting somebody's deferred maintenance or a roof that's already halfway through its life. For a lot of buyers, that peace of mind is worth as much as the finishes. And if you're ever on the selling side of this someday, that same demand holding Kaulu prices up is the demand you'd be selling into. A community where new inventory is wanted and older inventory is softening is a community where a well-kept home tends to hold its number. And now the part I promised, the one detail that explains why that most affordable model can exist at $610,000 in a neighborhood with a $747,000 median. It's that reserved housing program, and it comes with real strings attached. So you want to understand them before you fall in love. First, it's income-based. There are limits on how much your household can earn and how much you can hold in assets, and they change depending on your household size. So you have to actually check where you land. And here's what surprises people. These limits are higher than most buyers assume. A family of four, for example, can earn up to around $181,000 a year and still qualify. That's not a poverty program. It's built for regular working local families who just got priced out of buying new on Oahu. So do not count yourself out before you run the actual numbers, because a lot of people who assume they earn too much are actually right inside the window. Second, you have to intend to live in it. These are for owner occupants, not investors. You can't buy one, rent it out, and sit back. Third, and this is the big one, there's a 5-year restriction period with what's called a shared equity arrangement. In simple terms, if you sell or move within that window, the state has the first option to buy it back, and they share in the appreciation based on the discount you originally received. So the home can absolutely build wealth for you, but for those first 5 years, the upside is shared. It's not 100% yours. None of that is a reason to walk away. For the right local buyer, a program like this is one of the most realistic paths to owning brand new on Oahu, and I mean new construction, without stretching into $1 million price tag. It's just a reason to go in with your eyes open and to run your specific situation past the sales office and your lender, because the details matter far more than any rule of thumb I can give you in a video. A couple more things worth knowing, because they can genuinely move the numbers for you. The developer offers some buyer incentives on the reserved homes, including a credit worth around 3% of the base price if you use one of their preferred lenders. On a $600,000 home, 3% is real money towards your closing costs. So that is not a footnote. That's a number you plug straight into your budget. On the process side, the way it works is you get pre-qualified with a lender, you turn in your application along with your income and asset documents, and if you're eligible, your name goes into the lottery. If you get drawn, you pick from the available homes and put down a small deposit to hold your spot. If the exact home you want is already taken, you go on a backup list and homes do come back around. So even when a model reads as sold out, the smart move is to get qualified and get on the list, not to assume it's over. So let's zoom back out and put a bow on these two homes. If you want the lowest entry point into a new construction 2-bedroom in Kapolei and you qualify for the reserve program, that most affordable model at around $610,000 is a legitimately strong deal. It just already went through the lottery for now. If you want more room and you're comfortable closer to $715,000, the larger 2-bedroom gives you about 140 extra square feet at basically the same price per foot. And those larger layouts are the ones you're actually more likely to find available right now. Neither one is better than the other. They're two different budgets and two different buyers. And the whole reason I put the real numbers side by side is so you can see exactly what your money buys, instead of guessing. And that's really the theme of this whole channel. Two homes that look almost identical on a listing can be $100,000 apart. And unless somebody actually breaks down why, You'd never know whether that gap is space, quality, or just marketing. In this case, it's space, and the price per foot proves it. The layouts are efficient, and for the right buyer, that reserved housing program is a real shot at owning something new on Oahu without overextending. The catch is that the most affordable homes move through a lottery, they sell out, and the rules take a little homework to understand. And that's exactly the kind of thing I walk clients through every day. So if you're even a little curious whether you'd qualify, or you just want to know what's genuinely available in Kaulu right now, reach out, send me a message, give me a call, and we'll go through your numbers and your options together. No pressure, just a straight answer. If this helped you understand how these Kapolei prices actually work, do me a favor and subscribe, because I break down a new Oahu neighborhood just like this every single week. I'm Oksana with Island Living Oahu. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.